most people wouldn't question a pigeon to be anything else except a bird. Yet, there are a multitude of reasons why these birds are government spy cameras. Not every single bird would be fake, because that simply would be just too obvious, and everybody would know that birds are spy cameras. However, this is why the US government only chose pigeons to be the government resources. This video will go on to convince everyone that the United States government is spying on their citizens using pigeons. For starters, here's the history behind the spying by the government. The government started spying way back during World War I. Even during the Cold War, the United States sent spies overseas to spy on the Russians. Many people believe that the US is still spying on their citizens today. Most people, however, think it is through technology, such as phones, computers, and even more. This wouldn't be the first time the United States has spied on their citizens, which makes this even more plausible that they would do it again now. Secondly, this isn't the first time the United States have used pigeons. Iran had seen, quote, spy pigeons near one of their nuclear facilities. It has been said to be pretty easy to train pigeons to do as commanded. Messenger pigeons used to transfer messages between people. They were eventually used to spy by the United States, like in the instance of the pigeon in Iran. Although in current day, these are now no longer real pigeons, it is still known that the US have used pigeons in the past. There would be no point to change what bird to be used. During the Cold War, the government had been known to send spies overseas. On top of this, the bird population was at an all-time high. There was a mass killing of birds from the year 1959 to the year 1971. In that time, the government had killed 12 billion birds. Just think about that number and let it sink in for a second. When further research was conducted, all traces of this population from those years were simply vanished. At that time, Kennedy wanted to stop this mass murder of pigeons. His presidency began in 1961, which is of course after it all started. Unfortunately, his presidency only lasted 2 years due to his assassination. The killing and mass murder of these birds continued even after his death. And as big as a stretch as this may be, some people say that he was killed for this exact reason. At the time, the government had $65 billion for this project. This is such a large sum of money to kill birds with. However, of course, they needed to do all this killing in secret. That is exactly when they made 120 B-52 bombers. A B-52 bomber was first designed in 1948, 11 years before the mass killing. The plane was first flown in 1952 and was first used in the military in 1955, now only 4 years away from the mass killing. The planes were meant to be a secret, so they were made in Area 51. The planes were painted all black and had the lights completely removed, so citizens couldn't see them at night. In conclusion, pigeons are being used by the United States government to spy on their citizens. This is because the government have spied in the past. The government has also used pigeons in the past. And finally, millions of birds had suspiciously, and quote, died for no reason. Also, John F. Kennedy didn't want to continue the killing of birds, which would later resume after his death. Overall, pigeons are being used against the people of America, breaching their privacy.